it's Evie, and today I would like to talk a little bit about my story with school. So currently I'll be 21 next week, and this year I've started college, and I I've been in Access for almost 2 years now, and my reality with school and learning has changed so much during these past years. And in my final year in high school, I felt very lost, and it was definitely one of the most depressing years of my life. And well, I'm a very happy person naturally, but I was really trying to follow the rules, let's say, and as I think many other young people, I didn't really know what I want to do with my life. At least according to this reality, I didn't really know what I want to study, where do I want to work, and I started worrying so much about money and my future and what am I gonna do. And all of my friends, they wanted to become doctors, and they like had it all planned, and they knew what they were doing. They were studying hard, and I was totally lost. I really didn't know what I want to do. I didn't have a clue. I really loved fun, I love creation, but I just couldn't put it into any category, and I didn't know what to do with my life. And at this last year, I found out about bars, and I went to foundation, and I took a gap year. A gap year is a year when after high school you take a break for a year to discover yourself, to work, to travel, and to do basically whatever you want to do, to kind of have time for yourself. And I really knew that that's the way for me, that I really wanted to do that, and it helped me so much. I started learning French. I traveled a lot. I traveled to Milan. I traveled to Lyon. I went to Costa Rica. I went to so many access classes. I started translating. I was traveling in my own country. I planted trees, and I started cooking, and I started with driving school, and I was with my family a lot, and it was such a good year. So by this I'm trying to say that don't worry what other people tell you, because only you know what works for you. And so many of my classmates from high school, they told me like, oh, it's gonna be boring, what are you gonna do all day being at home? And I learned so much during that gap year. I read so many books and went to so many classes like I've never done before. And I went to college anyways, because everyone was scared that I will never go back to school and I will have to start working at some crappy job. And basically their idea about what I am gonna do was very different from me. But I am so glad that I listened to myself and I did what worked for me. And when I went to Costa Rica, it was actually for a 7-day class with Gary and Dane, they are the founders of Access Consciousness, the modality that is very practical, and it has all these beautiful tools and body processes to really get you to know you and what works for you and to actually enjoy your life. And I went to a class with them, and on these classes you can ask questions, and they talk to you and facilitate you into what works for you. And I went there and I was so shy and so scared, and I basically stood up to the microphone and I was like, I don't know what to do. All my friends went to universities and I don't know what I want to study. I don't know what to do with my life. And I started talking about the fact that I don't really know what to choose. And I'm so glad that I had the balls to to stand up and ask my question. And Gary and Dane, they talked to me, and what really, really, really helped me was when they were the only one who didn't they didn't tell me their point of view, because everyone else told me, oh, you should go to this school, you shouldn't go to school, you should study this, you should study that. They were the only one who gave me the space to see what works for myself. And Dane was actually telling me his story about how he went to the university. He studied business and economics, I believe, and when he stopped, he didn't care at all about it just wasn't for him. He didn't care about economics and business, and then at 23 he went to the chiropractic school, which is something that he really, really wanted to do and study for real. And he actually, thanks to studying chiropractic, thanks to that, he met Shannon. And because of Shannon, he got his bars run, he got his life saved, and he then met with Gary, and they started a business together that is changing the whole world. And basically he told me, like, you can, meet a lot of very cool people in school. You can start whenever you want, and you can always quit. You don't even have to finish it. And Gary asked me, he suggested that I ask a question. So, truth, if I choose this, what will it create in 5 years? And they just gave me so much space. And because at that time, when I was in Costa Rica, that was last year in October, I was 90% into not going to school. Like, I thought, oh, I'm gonna do access as a business, I don't need the university, and there was no questioning that, of course. But when they gave me the space to really look at it, and not telling me what I should or shouldn't do, but to really ask a question and do whatever works for me, when I came home, I was like, okay. And when I really want something, I ask for it. So I was like, what I used was, okay, universe, I'm done with this. Can you show me a school that is so different and that will totally work for me? Because I have no idea what to study. And I was browsing on Google, and I was looking for the schools, and out of nowhere, this very different cool school appeared, and it looked very modern, and I've never actually heard of it. And it was a private university, which I'm attending now. And when I looked at their website, it said that they are a private school, that they have these 5 faculties. They have very modern equipment. They breed bees on their rooftops. They make their own honey. There's a beautiful lake next to my school with beautiful nature, and people all the time swim there, and there are people fishing, swimming, running. So it's in a beautiful surrounding in the capital city of Slovakia, and it's very different. And when I saw this school on the internet, I was like, wow, that's so different. And it was so light when I looked at it. And now I'm going there